Hello friends, in this session we're going to see how many ways can we create an object of a class. So there are so many ways to create an object of a class, but we are going to discuss here six most common types which you will use to create an object, right? So the first one we're going to discuss here is the normal one by using new keyword, new operator, and the next one is by using factory. You can use a factory method, and the third one is you can use cloning, using cloning, which I have discussed in cloning chapter. And the fourth one, you can use the new instance of by using new instance method of class when you are using reflection. And the fifth one, you can use deserialization, by using deserialization. And the sixth one, you can use again new instance method of constructor class, right? So these are the six different ways to create an object of a class. So we're going to discuss all that one by one in this session. So first one we're going to see by using new operator, which is very common for everyone. So we'll go to IDE, and here I have, say, ABC class, right? And in ABC I have a public and ABC default constructor. I'll say here it is object ABC object is created, right? This should be the output of this constructor. So the first one is by using new operator, which you already know, and this is, say, ABC A1 is new ABC, right? And it creates an object, and you just print here A1. I'm just printing, and you see this is ABC object is created, and it is printing the address of that object. Actually not the address, it is some other values, right? ToString method of the default implementation of toString of object class is called, right? So this is the first option, how you can create an object of a class by using new operator. And the next one we have seen here is by using factory method, and factory method is like this. So I'll draw a line here. It is, so this is line, and this is by using first option. Here it is, first option is by using new operator, okay? And the second one is by using factory method. Factory method is actually this one. Say here you have a method something like this, and this actually gives you the object. You are not calling the constructor directly. Instead of that, you are calling, say, get instance is the function, and it is supposed to return a new ABC object should be returned. So it is having this is as return type, return, and the return type of this is, say, ABC, right? So this is get instance function. And now when you need an object actually, so what you have to do is ABC, say, A2 is, you say, make declare that as static also, so that you can call it the class name before getting any object. So you can say here ABC dot get instance, right? And you print here A2, and this gives the another object. Sorry, it is return new ABC termination, right? Termination, and run it. So another object is created and it is giving here this, right? So this is the second option to create an object by using factory method. Like in runtime class you have that. Say you want to get a runtime object, rt is equal to runtime dot get runtime, right? So this is the factory method in runtime which gives actually an object of runtime class. In that case a runtime class constructor is not public, so from outside you cannot call directly. You have to say factory method get runtime and it gives an object of runtime, right? So this is factory by using factory method. And the third option is you can do that by using third option is you can do that. What is the third option you have seen is by using cloning. So cloning, you have to have a clone object. So this is or for cloning I'll take something like this, or I'll just implement here implements clonable interface, and I have to override the clone function so that we can call it directly from outside. So I'm overriding clone function is overridden, and clone function is calling super.clone, means it is object class clone function is called, and this is going to give here an object. But in this clone function, when you are using of the superclass implementation clone function, then that is not going to call your constructor, so this statement is actually not going to print, right? So here it is by using cloning, So if I want to say like this, say it is having abc a2 is equal to a1 dot, say a1 dot clone, right? But this clone function returns an object, so I have to typecast to abc, and I'm typecasting, and it is not a2, it is a3, right? This is a3, and this is throwing an exception, so currently I don't want to deal with that, so I'll just write here as method level throws exception or clone not support exception something, right? So again here I'll print a3, and you check a3 object is created, but constructor is not called. Or before that you just draw a line here again, line here, and run it. It is created, but constructor is not called because close default implementation of clone function in object class does not use the constructor. It just creates a copy of the existing object, right, by using native function implementation, right? So this is another one. And again the fourth option is by using new instance method of get class function, right, by using reflection. So this is here you have to load a class by dynamically say I'm loading a class, and to load a class dynamically, you know, it is already there, and this is actually class dot for name, and you have to give here the fully qualified name, and the class is going to be loaded dynamically, and it does an object say class, right? And the fully qualified class name is the package name, and the class name means dynamically you have to load this abc class. So the package name is here, this is the package name, and I'm giving this, and the fully qualified name also you have to give. So here it is this dot abc. Now abc class is going to be loaded dynamically, right? And on these you can say abc a4 is cl dot get new instance, right? cl dot new instance, and it is throwing some exception, say it is actually returning an object of type object, so I have to typecast to abc, and typecasting and is done. So the fourth option is here. The fourth option is by calling new instance method from class, right? new instance method of class, right? So this is another object is created. Now you print the a4 and check this. So another object is created by using constructor and it is giving this output. Fine. So the next option is 5. Fifth option is by deserializing. By using deserialization of an object. So this is by using deserialization of an object, and for deserialization the object should be serialized first. So I'll serialize this A1 object and again I'll deserialize it. For serialization you have to write say file output stream. FOS is new file output stream. Somewhere I'm using, say it is D drive and it is info.txt or info.serialization file, and in that you have to give your double slash, otherwise it considers I as a escape character, and it is object output stream by using this file output stream, right? And in this first dot write object function you have to call, and I'll give here it is A1, right? A1. Now this is serialized, object is serialized, and after that you have to use deserialization to get the object back. A1 is serialized, right? A1 is serialized, and after that I have to use deserialization, and I'll just give here a message that object is serialized, right? Now till that you check the output here once. It is object is not serializable, exception, because that has to implement again serializable interface, right? And run it. Object is serialized. Before they do draw a line here, it is this object is serialized. Now when I'll deserialize the object, I'll get a new object from this, and object is serialized at this point, okay, in this file, actually in D drive. So when I'll deserialize here, it is file input stream, say it is this, and it is file input stream of the same file D drive and info.sr file, and here you have to close that actually. So I'm closing dot close and file output stream dot close, right? And after that again here it is file input stream, and you have to say here it is object input stream, new object input stream by using file input stream, and write object is for serialization, and reverse of that is read object, and this returns an object of type object. So I'll do is it is a A5 and is typecast into ABC because I know the object is of type ABC only, right? And after that again I'm printing A5, and we'll tell here before that it is object is deserialized. Now you just run it and check. Object is deserialized, and it is a completely different object. It is not the new object which was serialized. We have serialized here A1 and we got a A5. If I compare this by using equality operator here, A1 equality A5, it should give false because it is a completely new object in heap, okay? So it is false, it is completely a new object. So this is the fifth option. By using deserialization you can create an object, right? So next and the last one is creating an object by, say again the class is going to be loaded in by using reflection, a little different, right? So I'm creating loading the class. Actually it is already loaded at this point, still I'm trying to load like this, and say it is just C, and I'll tell here C dot get declared constructor, get declared constructor, right? I'll get the default constructor here by saying get declared constructor, and this returns an object of type constructor, say con. It's this, right? You got the constructor, and that is this one. Declared constructor means it is this one, and you are not giving any parameter, means it is the default constructor you are going to get. And on that constructor you can say abc as6 is equal to constructor dot new instance with no argument. No argument means it is again the default constructor, and it is typecasting to this, and it is done. You got another object, but here it is going to use the constructor. It will use the default constructor is this one, so it will give here the output object is created. In two places constructor is say you run it and check again. In this, when I have deserialized, object is deserialized and the constructor was not used, and this is false. And when I have used clone function default implementation, then also the constructor was not used, but object was actually created in heap. And in this, when I am saying a new instance function of the constructor class, then also it is actually constructor is called and the object is created in heap. So the sixth option here is, this is sixth, and the sixth is calling new instance of constructor class. So this is the 6 different ways how you can create an object of a class, right? But say after getting this constructor here, get declared constructor, and the constructor is maybe private in some case. So in that case, what you have to do is constructor dot set accessible is true. Then even if the constructor is private, you can use that constructor and you can create that object by using this. But if the constructor is private in this case, and other operation what we did before here, these are not going to work. But by using this concept here, set accessible true, even if the constructor is private in the class, then also it can create the object, because this statement makes the constructor accessible from outside even when it is private, right? You can try that. So this is the 6 different ways to create the object. Even from this 6 different way, you have so many other options to create an object of a class by using constructor or without using constructor. But these 6 are the most common ways which you can use to create a object in heap. So thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe for more videos.